Yeah, Woody, good to talk to you again. How different has this camp been with your role on this team this year versus what it was a year ago, and just what kind of steps do you feel like you've made personally since the spring?
Honestly, I take every approach the same. So camp this year was no different than last year for me. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be a competitor, no matter what position I'm at, whatever spot on the field I'm at. But like I said, I take every approach the same. So it was really just a mindset thing of just trying to work and just be my best. But as far as my where I'm at position wise, I would say as a corner, as one of the older corners, just taking in that leadership role and helping out the younger guys would be the main thing that really changed for me from this camp to from last year's.
Appreciate it, Woody.
Ryan Chapman, SI Sooners.
Hey, Woody, we were talking to DJ Graham, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and he talked about you being one of those guys that he looks at as inspiration for technique and stuff. On the other side, though, DJ coming from the wide receiver room, is that a conversation you guys have as far as him helping you along, as far as being able to, read what the wide receivers are doing and kind of have that mental edge?
Not much. I played receiver in high school, so I know a little bit about the position myself. But yeah, we all just help out each other. Guys like DJ, Jaden Davis, Justin Harrington, all those guys. We all just help out each other with. We'll just play dummy for each other on whether I'm the receiver one rep and he'll switch it. We'll do things like that just to help us have an edge.
Let's go to Jason Kersey, The Athletic.
Yeah, Woody, ever since you got to OU, there's sort of been an influx of guys from the state of Tennessee coming. Obviously, the 3 Tennessee transfers, but Reggie Grimes, they've been recruiting there more. So when you were being recruited, I mean, did you see this potentially coming, that there might be so many guys from your home state here at OU, or has this sort of surprised you how it's all sort of played out?
It's kind of a surprise. I really wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad that they're starting to take notice of our state. I think it's going to be a big deal here coming soon. I think we'll get some more guys in the next class.
Did you have relationships with all these guys that are now your teammates back?
Yes, sir, I did. I've been knowing Keyshawn since we were about fourth grade. Same with Reggie. Eric Gray, I've been knowing him for a couple years. Played him in high school, like the 7-on-7s, things like that. I didn't know Wanye much, but I had met him before.
Thanks, Woody.
Myron Patton, Fox 25.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing, you being one of the veteran corners, where do you think your game has improved the most in terms of last year, this time to this year, and you even played some as a freshman? Where's your biggest gains come?
I would say just my mental. I think I have a lot better mentality wise. When I do lose a rep, just redialing back in and focusing on what's ahead and not reflecting on the past.
How much of what corner is mental compared to just the physical side? Because as I said, sometimes you're on an island, sometimes you give up plays. Which is the bigger task that you have to deal with?
I would definitely say the mental side. Just like you said, you're on the island, so it could be a play where a guy catches a ball and you can't let that affect the next play or the next drive or whatever that is.
Thanks.
Brandon Drum, OU Insider.
Hey, Woody, you've been here since 2019. I asked Deshaun the same thing. He came the year before you, but how much has your room changed at the cornerback position, just as far as the culture and the overall dynamic since you arrived in 2019 to today? I know you've been an influx with new recruits and stuff like that, but how has that changed the culture inside that room?
I would say just the way that we're being coached. I know I wasn't here in 2018, but we had one of the worst defenses in the entire country during that time. But I think just Coach Grinch and Coach Manning, they do a great job of just making sure we're getting the coaching points and emphasizing the things that we need to get done.
Jenny Carlson, the Oklahoman.
Hey, Woody, I was going to ask you something different, but then you said you knew Key since fourth grade. I got to ask about that. What's the story there?
So I'm originally from West Tennessee and he's from Mississippi. And when I was about 9, 10, I moved to Murfreesboro, which is in Middle Tennessee, and then he moved to Nashville around that time. And we used to play AAU basketball against each other.
So you guys were on separate teams for several years?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that there's a couple Tennessee guys that could be in the secondary at the same time. I mean, we saw some Tulsa guys back there and we thought that was pretty cool, the last couple of years. What would it mean for the two of you as Tennessee natives to be holding down those positions this year?
I think it would be definitely an exciting and a great thing because we grew up knowing each other for a long time, so it'll be exciting.
So what were the AAU teams? Can I ask? What were their names?
My team was Middle Tennessee Impact, and his team was called the Ballers.
And yours was obviously better, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Woody.
Lee Benson, KWTV.
Hey, Woody, I wanted to kind of piggyback off what Ryan asked you kind of earlier about DJ Graham. He had mentioned that he models his game after you and then also Ryan Peoples on the roster. And I haven't heard many players when asked that, referencing guys on their own team that they kind of model their game after. So what does that mean to you that one of your teammates looks at you as a guy that he tries to play like? And then also, what does that say about DJ that he's kind of paid attention to the way you play and he's trying to, be the same as you?
It's definitely an exciting thing to hear. I try to just be the example for the entire room. Knowing I'm one of the older guys in the room. Same with Jaden Davis. I think he does a great job as well of just being the example, like working the technique that the coach is telling us every play in and play out. And as a DJ, for DJ, I think he's coming along as well with the technique. He's starting to get it down and just keep working on it.
Get 2 more questions, James Hale.
Woody, every offensive guy we talk to talks about how improved you guys are on defense. And they bring up how tough you guys are in the secondary and how it's more of a challenge. You had a great year last year. You're going to, you projected to have another good one. But you feel it in practice, man? Do you feel like you guys are coming? Are you so much better that I'm telling you, the offense is noticing?
Yes, I think we're coming along. Like you said, the offense, if the offense has noticed it, then I think we're definitely doing a great job of just being competitive in practice and bringing the most energy we can during practice.
You guys always talk about iron sharpen iron. Are you getting that with those wide receivers and everything?
Yes, sir, for sure. Jaden Hazelwood, Mike Woods, Theo Weiss, even some of the younger guys, Cody Jackson, Mario Williams, they're all being competitive. It'll be a competitive catch here and then, or you could just get beat and it could be a competitive play. Yeah, it's gonna be a great year.
Have a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, John Hoover.
Hey, Woody, want to continue the narrative on Key Lawrence? Kind of, if you would, we've not seen him play. He was recruited, I guess, as a corner, played a lot of safety, could play anywhere in the secondary. What's his camp been like from your perspective? When you watch him play, we hear about the vertical jump and all that stuff, how athletic he is, but from your perspective, what's it been like having him out there? What's he looked like?
I think he has had a really great camp. He's played like you said, he's played a few positions during this camp, mostly safety, but he's coming along well. He's a real physical guy, makes a lot of open field tackles, and he covers well as well.
Thank you, Woody.